Most men are terrified to speak to a woman that they've never met, but I've done it over 1,000 times. I've even met my girlfriend from simply walking over and saying hi. So in this video, I want to share with you some of my secrets from what allows me to see that girl over there, speak to her without feeling nervous. First, I want to talk about mindset because I think what holds a lot of guys back is these limiting beliefs around whether they can even do it in the first place. So they'll believe, like, I can't interrupt this girl. No, she's too busy. No, it'd be weird or be creepy for me to go over there. And one of the things that really helped me is one, yeah, getting the experience, but really starting to dial down and understand the data on this. That 77% of young women that are single say they wish they were approached more. And that really helped me like shift my belief of like, oh, I'm not taking something away from these girls. In fact, 49% of women, young women, say they're lonely some or all of the time. What I started to shift was my perception around what I was doing when I was speaking to her, to a fact that most people are quite lonely. My ability to go over there and speak to her, to offer that bit of connection, that'll probably be the highlight of her day. And even if she's got a boyfriend, even if it doesn't work out, what I've found is I can go over there, make an honest connection, and we both come out super positive from that. I think guys have this weird belief that unless we both come out and we're gonna get married, it's a loss and she's gonna hate it. Plenty of girls who have actually had a boyfriend, then when I've gone over, have had a great time chatting to me. It's like, sorry, I've got a boyfriend, but this was really fun. I'm like, yeah, this is great. Have a great time together. Like, it's super simple to get around this of just going over, speaking to them and just being like, hi, I thought you looked awesome. I wanted to introduce myself. That was truly, truly key for me. Then I really had to dial into letting go of outcomes. Like letting go of, if I go over there, I need to achieve X. The only thing that I aim for now, when I see her, is like, let's go find out who she is. Let's find out, like, who is she? This is something that I tell my clients as well. Like, if they ever come back from like a failed date, I immediately ask them the question of, who was she? Like, who was she at like a deeper level? If they read off a CV thing of just being like, oh, she works here, she has this many siblings, she grew up here, I'm just like, okay, I know where this went wrong. The only objective to go over there is just to go make a connection, find out who she really is. Is she a morning person or a late riser? Is she someone who's quite compassionate? Is she someone who's competitive? It's like, I want to know those things. I want to know the things that take her off script a little bit. Because one of the reasons why conversations end up falling flat and being dull is because she never gets to go off script. Like when I'm talking to a girl, one of the biggest things that I will always lean on is why-based questions. When I'm speaking to her, if she gives me an answer, it's like, oh, I work here. Oh, why that? And sometimes girls have never even considered that. And you end up pushing them into trying to explore who they really are. And they really appreciate that. So that helps lower my nervousness because I'm not out there like, oh, unless I get a number, it's a failure. I've already learned like, okay, they're pretty interested in engaging with me. Women are quite lonely. Like, let's go over and speak to them. And I'm not after an outcome other than trying to connect. That was huge. Next was I just put a sole reliance on the truth. That I took this as an idea from Jordan Peterson and I've been running with it for the last 5 or 6 years and it's made my life 100 times better, maybe 1,000. And he has this belief that the best possible outcome at any scenario is telling the truth. That he was a clinical psychologist for like 30 years and he would honestly be terrified by the fact that he never saw someone get away with a lie even once. And because when you bend the truth, it always comes back to haunt you in one way or another. You talk yourself up. You say you're the greatest swimmer in the world. Well, 2 months down the line, when you have to jump in the pool and you look like a dickhead, like it always comes back to haunt you. And the reason it's super important with women, especially if we walk over and talk to her, their bullshit radar, way stronger than ours. And oftentimes they don't always know what you're lying about, but they'll be able to tell something doesn't feel authentic, something doesn't feel real about you. So it really simplifies our conversation. If I know I'm just going to go over there and tell the truth, well, then there's only one answer to everything. I know what I'll have said to her because it will be the thing that's true. I'll have engaged with her. I'll have told her things that are embarrassing about myself. Like, there's a bunch of times early in conversations with girls, I'll have talked to them about, well, for me, growing up, I was kind of a loser. Like, whilst all of my friends were going out, meeting girls, drinking, having fun, partying, I was at home baking cakes with my mum. Like, I didn't hit puberty till I was like 7 years old, not 7, 17 years old, which was like really tragic. I was the shortest guy in my year. Like, there was a lot. And I'll happily just show this to the girl because I know, like, I've done the work to kind of process it. I'm not like vulnerability vomiting on her where she's just like, oh my God, that's a lot. I'll be playful with it. And because I'm telling her the truth, she starts to lower her guard a little bit. Because if I'm willing to show a little bit of my flaws, she'll be willing to show a few of hers and we'll be able to connect on that deeper level. We're able to have conversations that are a bit unique, that are off script. And this is really, really important. Then, with the nervousness, say we want to try and deal with this directly. I really worked on my ability to kind of ground myself. And by that, I mean being able to control my breath and not get too panicky, too jittery when I'm speaking to a girl, and being able to sense what's going on internally. One of the problems with quite analytical guys, me, is that we love to stay in our head. It's like our safety zone. It's the place where we feel most comfortable and confident. But then all this mad, crazy stuff goes on in our body, and we just don't know how to deal with it. So I spent a lot of time learning how to just kind of ground myself. And that comes from being able to sit there, simply meditating, following your breath, feeling like, can you feel your fingertips right now? Focus. See if you can feel them and hold your attention just on your fingertips. See how this is more relaxing than going, oh my God, what am I going to say? Oh, what if she doesn't like me? What if she thinks I'm weird, creepy? Fingertips. I feel more relaxed. I get to represent myself as me. And it really calms me down. It escapes from being that nervous guy. One of my favorite things to tell clients is, it's not your job to convince anybody to like you. It's your job to show who you are as effectively as possible. And if I'm all jittery of like, hi, I'm Andrew, I am not showing myself very well. Like, that's not me. However, if I am able to ground myself, fingertips, remember. Hi, my name's Andrew. I thought you looked awesome. I wanted to introduce myself. It's a lot easier. It's a lot simpler. And it allows us to just stay out of our head where all the chaos is and just ground ourselves a bit more. Like, this is all it really takes to be able to go over there and speak to a girl. I know it might feel like it's still daunting, but that's just because your mind will make up all of these ideas of how dangerous and how awful it's going to be. But in reality, it's truly not. So the one thing that really is missing here is just you getting the experience, you putting yourself forward, understanding that it is something that's truly simple. It's as simple as going up and saying, hi, I thought that was a really cool jacket. And almost just stepping off the edge and not trying to predict what's going to come next, not trying to be like, oh, I'll say this and then the chest moves. All you need to do is have the courage to do that. Hi, I just thought that was a really cool jacket. And then I'm there and I'm just going to react. I'm going to have faith that I know, like, I'm just going to say something. And if I say something stupid, so be it. It's not the end of the world. And if your biggest fear is around coming across as creepy, then I recommend you check out this video because I've detailed exactly how men can go about making approaches, speaking to women without ever coming across as creepy.